Everybody, welcome to a patch analysis video. Sorry about this being a little bit late. From now on, I'm going to try to get this done the day of the patch. Just had other things on the mind, I suppose. But 1.1 patch is now released for Artifact. So what I'm going to do is read the patch notes with you if you haven't had a chance to look through them. And then afterwards, we're going to go in-game and show you what all the new features look like. Again, this is mostly for people that haven't had a chance to actually take a look. So, 1.1 update. I should mention, if we go here, they do talk, or is it here? Well, somewhere. There's going to be another patch next week, which has progression, some sort of a ranking progression MMR, I think, for, I believe, the expert modes. I'm not 100% sure. So, another update coming out next week, along with the one that came out as I'm posting this. It's yesterday. So let's take a look. Actually, did they say, yeah, ship next week, which is focused on skill-based progression systems. So I know a lot of people are looking forward to that. So 1.1, first things first is the Call to Arms event has been expanded with extra decks. We have a mono blue, a dark aggro, which I played a few times on stream yesterday. It was really fun. And you get a random mode. But on top of that, there's leaderboards. So the leaderboards, there's a global and there's a friends, kind of self-explanatory. I'll show that in-game as well to better illustrate exactly what we're looking for. If we scroll down, pick a fight, open tournaments. This is a big one. While tournaments offers tremendous flexibility in building unique experiences, sometimes you just don't have the time to set up your own. That's why this update, we're introducing open tournaments, which are automated short-duration tournaments that are nearly effortless to join and participate in. So automation, again, we're going to go over this in-game, but you just click on a button, you just join a tournament, you wait for everybody else to file in, and then you start playing. So the mode right now is Pauper, which means common only. So you have to build a deck beforehand using commons only. And I can kind of show you what my deck looks like to give you an idea of what the power levels are and whatnot. Free-for-all. In the new tournament, in the free-for-all tournament mode, you will have 3 hours to battle as many opponents as you can. When the dust has settled, the individual with the most victories will be declared the winner. This new format is also now available for user-created tournaments as well. So this is a very cool precedent that we're seeing, right? Being able to just matchmake into a tournament, essentially. If you're from Dota, it's kind of like Battle Cup to some degree. The one thing that people are complaining about right now is that there are no rewards, but you have to imagine at some point that there will be more incentive built into a lot of the game. So I think either way, this is a very good starting point for this mode. So that's pretty cool. All right, and then my personal favorite feature, which I have been waiting for because this was in the beta for a while in a different form, but now is back in. After they took it away, I had a hard time getting through games, I'm not going to lie. The chat wheel. So every single unit has a chat wheel. The way that they're doing it is a little bit different than in the beta. So in the beta, it was just a very basic chat wheel with kind of the same dialogue. It wasn't even dialogue. It was just text. No voice lines or anything like that. So for each unit, they have their own specific voice/text lines. So as you can see, as an example, Legion Commander will have a bunch just for her. Creeps have their own, although they don't talk. Melee creeps, I should say. And then in terms of other creeps, like, literally any creep in the game, Satyr Magician, whatever, they have their own actual voice lines built in as well. You can also use it on towers and improvements, although, again, no voice lines. And, as you can see in the bottom, you get to use custom messages. And I won't spoil this. We'll look at this a little later, exactly what we're talking about. So the default key for this, if you are playing, is Y. I rebound this to mouse 3 since it's not used for anything, and I think it's just much more convenient. So I would definitely suggest that. There's also the ability to chat with your opponent after the game. Actually, you might be able to do it during the game too. There's a thing on the top right. Of course, I think they have to accept it, so it's not like it's an actual chat per se. But yeah, that's very, very cool. Happy to have that. We have bot gauntlets. The new bot challenge gauntlet presents players with a series of increasingly formidable decks to play against. As you defeat the AI, you will unlock new decks for you to face. The variety of opposing decks not only keeps bot matches fresh, it helps you test your deck to see how consistent it will perform under a variety of circumstances. So this is cool for people that obviously don't want to buy all the cards, want to try new things, and don't want to pay a lot of money. Just makes it more flexible for certain segments. This isn't something that I would do personally, but I can definitely see the draw depending on, how much you've invested into the game, both time and money. Colorblind support. I'll show the option in game, but I don't think I'm going to enable it. This is very cool. So the shades, I believe, of the colors are going to be slightly different when you enable it. Plus, you will get these, what are they called? Are these the banners? Yeah, for each respective house. So if you can't tell the difference between blue and green, you can now tell just based on the icon. So that's a great addition for people that have a colorblind issues. And then these are just the ones that we just read. So other than the bug fixes, which there's nothing very significant. So let's go in game and talk about all the new stuff. So first and foremost, we can show the bot challenge. Is this it? The bot challenge. Try to beat the same. Yeah, this is it. Based on perfect runs. Okay, interesting. So again, this isn't, for certain people, this could be interesting. For me, not so much. Social play. If you go to tournaments, there's now a button, as we talked about, join open tournament, which I will join and then leave immediately. So this is just waiting for enough people to fill up, and then the tournament starts. But again, no incentives yet. I did play a couple of games yesterday on stream, and if we go to the card collection, which again, you have to create a deck for this. Obviously, filtering by, you can filter by basic as well, but for commons, this is kind of what we're looking at here. So there's still some really good cards, but obviously some really, really good ones that are missing that a lot of people have. But this kind of changes things up. If I open my common, you can see I went for a green-red, and mainly because you don't get stars aligned, but you do get 3 Celemania's favors, and with Treant you can actually ramp pretty decently. Thunderhide Pack is a common, so yeah. This deck it's not bad at all. So that is the second thing. Then we have featured Call to Arms. The 2 new decks are the one that's highlighted here. So the mono blue, which I have not gotten the chance to play, and the dark aggro. So something I didn't know, and you guys are probably going to think I'm an idiot, but I actually have not played Call to Arms until yesterday, pretty much. When you start a deck, you go for the streak, you can't actually switch, which I wasn't aware of. You can't switch until you've lost, essentially. So I played 3 games, and I won all 3. It's actually a really fun deck. And here are the rankings. So for each specific deck, it has their own thing, as you can see. So for this global, as of now, I'm 307. Yesterday, I was very early on, but I was top 10, I think. If you hit top rank, it actually shows. So the top person with this deck has won 9 times in a row. And then friends list. I guess I have no friends that have played this as of yet. There's also the random mode, which is basically the same thing. 11 streak. What's the top rank for any deck? That's the question. 16 for Out of Control. That's a Meepo deck. That's really surprising. 20 for Green Machine. I guess of any deck, this makes sense. Green is pretty powerful for mono. So again, very cool. I like this feature a lot. And then I believe the last one is the chat, right? Pretty sure that's it. So let's just open a bot game, and we can take a gander. Doesn't really matter what we play. Want this? Sure. So if you caught me on stream, then you will know exactly how this works because we spam the ever-living crap out of it. So again, for heroes, they have voice lines, which we will show in a second.
This is bad.
This is bad. Some of them have really cool voice lines, like
I'm going to take my time.
The Tyler Estate Sensor, I love. So they have all those, and then you have Gur for melee creeps. This is just text-based. My favorite actually was Thunderhide Pack, now that I think about it, because he had a lot of groaning. I don't know, I was a really fan of those voice lines. And then, of course, custom messages. I can say whatever I want. So from his perspective, obviously it's just a bot, but anytime you type a custom message at the beginning of the match, once you see one, the opponent has to click it to view it. So you don't know if they're reading it or not, right? So that's one thing to keep in mind. They don't have to read any of your
The Bronze Legion stands united.
any of your voice lines or any of your chat. Like if I type this, whatever, and it'll come up with a mute button. So if they really want to mute, they can use that, or they can just hit escape. And can't see it here because I'm against the bot, I guess, but there's a mute button here normally. For now, you have to do this every game. There might be an option in the future, I would assume, to be able to just automate it. I just want to show the improvements and towers we can see here as well. They'll always have the same ones. And then my favorite one, Don't Forget Me. When you're running Cheating Death, you can just spam that over and over. And the cool thing about this is, let me do this real quick. Because there used to be a specific chat wheel that I personally loved, and it's not in there anymore. But we've found the next best thing, which is custom message, and then I had copied the text, so I can just paste really quick. Oops, I did not hit enter that time. So I just spam this, and the best thing about it is, although this might be faster because it's a bot, I can just do it from here as well. I just need to, I think it's better if I just bind a macro, let's be real, to type this out and hit enter. But yeah, it makes me feel, even if they're not reading anything that I say and they've muted me, it makes me feel better that I can kind of let out some of my frustrations if they're taking forever, you know? So yeah, that is it, I believe. I'm going through the patch notes again just to make sure we didn't miss anything. And yeah, those are the main things. So let us know in the comments what you think. And I'm personally really looking forward to next week's patch as well. That's going to be very exciting. I think that's going to give a lot of incentives for people to continue playing over and over and over, kind of grinding. I know a lot of people have this grinding mentality, which I'm not one of those people, but I can understand that it is a thing for sure. So yeah, that is it. So without further ado, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, SUNSfan signing out.